You are tuned in to What a Baltimore Online Radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed are of the host and not of Lady J Media. Thank you and enjoy the show.
When we dreamed and we prayed till the street lights came on, she told her brother to come on. Some of their friends laughed because their curfew they stayed out past. We played games like freeze tag and hide and go seek. Your grandmother was sweet, there was always something to eat. Back when we said, yo, beef squash, man, I thought that was deep. To squash a beef and see them in the street with no repercussion, what's the malfunction? Now they kill for nothing. Back in the day when the summers were long, we stayed in the streets all night long. Without a care in the world, back then you wrote a letter if you liked a girl. Hey, I like you, do you like me too? Just answer the question, yes, no, maybe so.
All right. Welcome to Spitfire Poetry Shutdown. It is Wednesday. Welcome to Spitfire Poetry Shutdown, everybody. It is Wednesday, the day of poetry, that I like to do poetry. Man, I feel good tonight. I got some special guests on here this evening. I'm so excited. You know, when I'm around poetry and good people, I don't know how to control myself. So I'm gonna start with introducing my man Kevin, my brother, my co-host. We got Shamise Jacobs, is a poet from Baltimore, I believe. You are from Baltimore, right, Shamise?
Born and raised.
All right. And then we got my man Jeremy FreedomWriter Johnson from DC.
What up?
All right. It's good to see all this beautiful blackness tonight, man. It really is. We just gonna get right into it. First, we're gonna have both you guys share some poetry, for us, and then we're gonna chop it up and talk about some of the things you got going on. With this being Women's Month, I believe it is, I think we should go ahead and let the sister go ahead and go first. But we just gonna go right in tonight and I want y'all to just go in. We gonna have some fun tonight. So Shamise, just tell us a bit about you real quick before you share a piece. And whenever you're ready, feel free to get going.
Hey y'all, hey. So as he mentioned, I am a Baltimore born, raised, and bred poet. I've been writing since I was 12. It has been my therapy. It has been my savior at times. It has become my mission and purpose in my walk. And I'm just always excited about what my words can do for the next person. Because I know the power that they have and what they've done for me. So
I feel you, definitely.
I guess I'll just jump right into like one of my favorite pieces.
There you go.
I'll call this my introduction piece. It's called Liberated Me.
Okay.
Like stars, shining in their right, to come and go as like the sun, to glow bright or barely like she's some kind of moon revolving around herself. They tried to pin her wings to walls, corner her, but she disappeared, then reappeared more her than any book, meme, movie, or show could ever tell her about her black girl magic, her black magic, how she manages to make something out of nothing every time. Say, she do voodoo. Like, she's some sort of witch. See, lynch mob couldn't touch her, too afraid of her fire. She lit like Phoenix out of ashes, and she is the glitch in the matrix that's fated. Her energy alone be too much to stomach for most, yet she be a host of everything sugar and spice. Twice as nice if you say please and thank you. She is like fairy dust sprinkled on your life like powdered confections, and her connections cause her to laugh in the face of the enemy like, who can't have what? She make her own way, always have. Don't take no for an answer, then too, she don't ask. Old warmonger, battle axe, she's a pistol, bang, bang, a lone wolf, she her own gang, was born a butterfly, too impatient for the chrysalis. Been bullying life like I'm taking that and give me this. Be more bread, ill lyricist, sister sick. A diehard realist mistaken for a cynical bitch, but tell me what you gonna do with this. But keep asking questions like, how she walk so tall? How she so damn soft, but love so damn hard. She queening even when she down bad. How her crown don't fall. How her eyes could burn holes through your soul, but her smile becomes your God. See, I was 12 years old when I learned that my words could spin straw into gold. 16 when I learned the stories I would tell would be the greatest stories ever told. I was 21 when they said the girl lady had the juice. And now at 30 plus, I done been removed the noose. So I've been singing my war stories and I'm dancing along my journey, y'all. I've been celebrating me because I've been celebrating free. I've been celebrating me tonight. We gonna get free. Happy Wednesday, y'all. That's liberating me.
I gotta ask you. That was nice. That was definitely nice.
That was tough. I like
talk
that.
Talk to us about the inspiration behind it. Like, you said her smile. You talked about her smile, almost like y'all praising like a god. Like, what was the inspiration behind the piece? Because it sounds like, and I don't want to say, because I know as poets, we put it out there and let the audience and let whoever's listening to it kind of vibe on it on however it meets their needs. But it sounds like you're talking about something beyond just the physical appearance or something. You're going deeper into the essence. Talk to us a little bit about your inspiration on this piece.
So I wrote Liberated Me coming out of a 5-year stretch of depression and anxiety. And it was such a dark place that in that place I forgot who I was. I had forgotten my power, and understand all of this was embedded in me in my upbringing. But sometimes life's traumas, situations, experiences can make us forget who we are, who we belong to, what we are, our power. And so in that 5-year stretch, I completely lost me. I had become a prisoner of my own fears, my thoughts, my body, my home, my everything. And then to just wake up one day and feel free and remember who I am, remember who my grandmothers are, remember who my father is, and just to take back my power. So that poem, I made my introduction piece and I open up every feature with it because I need everybody, under the sound of my voice to understand I'm free. And I want y'all to get where I'm at because it feels good. It's a great place to be. So, and yeah, I'm always heavy on liberation.
That's beautiful, Shamise. Poetry for me is definitely inspiration and it's therapeutic. I heard you say that when you introduce yourself. Is this a piece that you say to yourself a lot, like before you do any shows or before you do anything to keep yourself, keep your self-esteem and keep you going?
It is my pep talk. Yeah. It is.
That's awesome. That's awesome to be able to have that for yourself. That really is. That was a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
We're gonna get right into my man Jeremy, FreedomWriter. How you doing today? Tonight, bro.
I'm good. What's going on? Hey, Shamise, I like that. You putting pressure on me.
Thank you.
You putting pressure on me early in the game.
No pressure.
No, we are family, bro. Ain't no pressure.
No pressure. Nah, I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah,
Thank you. And Kevin, nice to meet you too.
You too, brother. Freedom. You too, brother.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself before you share your first piece real quick, though, Jeremy.
I go by the name of FreedomWriter. I'm a poet, spoken word artist from DC, PG County area. Started writing, like Shamise, started writing just the quote, and then ended up performing it. And then it translated to, to different things. So I definitely appreciate, just the art of it, being able to speak my truth.
I feel
that's what I really enjoy about it.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, I've been following some of both of y'all things, both of y'all YouTubes and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to hear what you got. So whenever you're ready, bro, just go ahead and go at it.
All right. Let's see. I'm rubbing shoulders with chicks that I used to put on pedestals, and she won't even acknowledge that I'm laying next to her. We ain't sleep, but we both laying in the bed, and neither one of us is saying the words that are needed to be said. She mad about something, and I'm mad at her for being mad about something and not telling me about it. Last time in therapy, those difficult conversations, we promised we'd talk about it. So whether you mad or big mad, I'll grab my big bag. I'll grab my big bag. And just in case things get heavy, I'll grab the hefty. Cause you ain't gotta carry all that weight on your own. You Alicia Keys, I'm her diary. Your secrets are safe with me. They ain't getting this intel, even if they set fire to me. You my cup of water on the nightstand. I ain't making it through the night without you. A lot of girls be thinking these poems are about them, but this one right here is specifically about you. In peace.
Mm, mm.
I like it.
My
That's
bad.
awesome, man. That's
I got
awesome.
caught up a
That's all
little
right,
bit
man.
right there. My
We
bad.
organic, man. We chilling, man. We all
Oh,
organic.
Yeah, it's
This,
all
man.
good. It's all
That's
good.
what the live is. That's what that raw is. I gotta ask you, man, because it sounded like there for a second, Brother Freedom, like it was pillow talk, but it was also about man. And I don't know this to be true or not, but just from when you're writing it, talking about how you're rubbing shoulders with certain, as in a relationship, and now you know me, now I'm doing different things, and now they vibing with me. But I like that therapy part. Talk a little bit about that, because sometimes it's really hard to be vulnerable with what we do, especially as men. Let's keep it 100, right? And I appreciate you kind of really just, as you said, talking about it in your poetry. Talk to us a little bit about that relationship, a little bit as far as the inspiration behind, I'm gonna be vulnerable in this pen, for me to get it out, but also to encourage other folks to work through things in relationship wise.
Right, and I definitely agree. I think as men, we look as vulnerability as a weakness, and it's the opposite. Being vulnerable makes you tough. It makes you get through tough times. So when it comes to poetry and that specific piece, I used to host different shows, so it's a truth in it. It's truth in it. Everything is not 100% truth, but I'm in a relationship with my girlfriend, and I was hosting a show every Wednesday, and as men, you got eyes, you know what I'm saying? You see what's around you. You're like, all
Yep.
right, this is cool, but you gotta go home every night. I'm still the soup, but I get home, this little attitude, and I'm like, do you understand when I'm pushing away? You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing away. I want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here because I want to be with you. I don't want that. I'm here because I want to be with you. So, it starts off talking about, what I could be doing, but what the issues we have, if whatever issues we have, we're gonna handle them together. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, whether you mad or big mad, I'll grab my big bag. And just in case things get heavy, I'll grab the hefty, because you ain't gotta carry all that weight on your own. You know what I'm saying? So I think, it would be I think in a relationship, it's a teamwork aspect. You know what I mean? Some days you're gonna have to set the screen, some days you're gonna have to go for 50, but nobody should feel like they're doing more than the other person, or it's never gonna balance out. So that was the inspiration behind that specific piece.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's definitely
Nice.
that's
Nice.
awesome, man. It's wonderful how we can use poetry to go through our emotions and fix ourselves. You know what I mean?
You got
And
to,
express
man.
ourselves.
You got to.
Yeah.
Lady Jacobs, what do you think about what Brother Freedom Writer just said, just from a female perspective, him just talking that out relationship wise?
I get it from a different perspective. One, understand I was never the one tripping about what my artist dude had going on. I think it's a security thing, and I think, though, more importantly, a lot of people do not understand the plight, the lifestyle of an artist. Right. So when I was listening, what resonated with me was just that feeling of insecurity. Only with my guys, it was never the other guys at the venues. With my guys, it was my art. Not understanding that sometimes a poem is what's going to come to me, or short story, something might come to me 3 a.m. I got to get out of the bed, baby. I can't lay here and let this sit on me. Or you know, them wanting to hang out, and I got a show to do. I got a host. I got this going on. I got that. It's just being an artist. It takes a lot, I think, to be with an artist. I think male artists have it worse because it's easier to obtain like female groupies when you pop in, and yeah, you got a problem on your hand when you get home if your lady doesn't feel secure.
Yeah.
You definitely gonna have a problem. That's definitely.
and it's kind of interesting too. You mentioned that because as freedom writers going through it, everybody knows just as you said, Lady Jacobs, it's you're pouring out, you're giving as an artist, you're giving and you're receiving. So you definitely want the home to be that sanctuary to kind of uplift. So it's kind of tight. It's a little bit tight when you come back, and you gotta now work through that. And it's like, listen, I done spent the energy to do this,
right?
And I love that's why. So I really love that part. But I do have, and at the same time I say, wow, also with enough of teamwork where you were like, hey, it's tough, but I'm gonna help us get through that so we don't go to bed two sides of the aisle. As my man said, I'm gonna carry some of this weight for the sake of, for the team, for the relationship, to sacrifice. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. I'm all about partnership, and the fact that he is open enough to say, look, I'm a take some of the weight off you. I got you. I need you to have me. That level of vulnerability, a lot of Black men they won't exercise it. They don't know how to. So the fact that he can, I'm impressed with you, Freedom.
I'm trying to keep up.
Oh man, we gonna keep it rolling, keep it going. Shamise, you got anything else you'd like to share with us, sweetie?
I do. So ironically or coincidentally or divinely aligned, I woke up this morning with one of my best friends on my mind. And I thought about, I was like, I don't know what pieces I'm going to do. And it was just like, oh, do this one. So I'm going to read from my book, a piece called God's Waters.
And tell us the name of your book and where people can find it and get it. And all
the book is Holiday, spelled like Holy Day. Thank you, brother.
Definitely get
spelled
this
like
book,
Holy Day because we are holy and we should celebrate ourselves daily. You can purchase it through my link, my website. It's in my Instagram link. I'm on Instagram at liberated_me. That's MI. Just click that link, purchase the book. I'll ship it to you.
That sounds wonderful. I got mine. I'm telling y'all need to check it out. She got
I
some
appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. They say that a man ain't supposed to cry. But why? Ain't he a God? He can weep for his children, wail out to his dreams if they are falling, and they are falling. What do you think rain is anyway? Can't God purge? If a man can't cry, tell me, who's going to hold the weight of that water? Take the world off his shoulders, because when he's a Black man, it's not a chip, it's a boulder. Don't tell me a king cannot cringe at the sight of his brother's blood or ache alongside his sister's sorrows. Because have you ever watched the struggle of a nigga trying to stay hopeful about the likelihood of tomorrow? Time borrowed, but still he got to make do. So help him wipe away the dew of late nights talk with the creator before it's time to punch the clock. They always do in time. Time stolen, wounds open. He his own uphill battle, warring twice. I'm talking gunfights, and sometimes all he has is a knife. You had better excuse the stench of bloody tears. Did you know they never even read that Black man his rights before writing off his life? Or too much time given, or not enough taken? And didn't you cry for him? Didn't we shout about injustices through smeared makeup? Don't tell him to man up. Sometimes he just needs a reminder that he is man enough, lion of the jungle, warrior tough. And when it gets too rough, sister, you step in with your praying ass and say, okay, life, that's enough. Gently place him on a pedestal and make sure you place him higher up. Tell him to hold tight while you tighten up. And if you see him folding like origami, you let him know that it's okay to break like beats if the world is winning. Then when he's 10 toes to the ground, you go to war beside him, teeth, bone, and guts. Because, girl, your love has to be stronger than his pride. And your heart got to be a haven for him to hide. Your mouth must be the glue to remedy his brokenness, be the light piercing his darkness when he feels like giving up. And every now and then, you got to make love to him so good he knows that this is the only time you don't give a fuck. And when he looks you in the face, his eyes making pools of his dimples. Get up, queen, and do your rain dance. While the rain falls, let him purge. Because ain't he a god? God's love.
Damn. Wow. 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 I like that.
Thanks.
Wow, that was oh man, that was so descriptive and just it had everything.
Yeah, it definitely went behind the scenes. I mean, honestly, just kind of talk about how you have that window in there, because that part where you're saying he late night talks with the creator, and then he's got to punch this clock the next day, and then talking about man up, but he just needs to know, reminded that he's man enough, and loving him pass through the pride. Like
I like the part about how she got to pray for him to keep his pride up. Like hey, lifting your man up. I love it. Lifting your man up.
Y'all are something else.
But what was the inspiration for that though?
So many. I have a very deep and special place in my heart for the Black man. I'm seed of a Black man who was vulnerable and to me flawless because he wore his flaws. So him always being open with me and just bringing me up the way that he did, I learned to be observant. And I have a lot of male friends who I have always made sure to create a space where they could be vulnerable, because I think our society, our community, the Black community, would be a lot better off if the Black man were taught early on to be vulnerable and that it is okay to cry. Because what happens is when that wall is up, if nobody can get in, no work can be done, we're stuck. And so in order to get unstuck, I think we have to, the Black woman who has been taught to be hard and strong and lead, we have to create a safe space for you all to be vulnerable. But just in being observant, I let all my male counterparts know, listen, it's okay for you to cry. I'm not going to dig, I'm not going to pry, but this space here is open for you when you need it. And they come open, they come exposed, and I listen. I think because that's sometimes all y'all need. It's hip hop. When you think about hip hop and all the men, in who are doing hip hop, well, the earlier days, the better stuff, just needed somebody to listen. They had a story to tell. They had something to say. So, I'm listening. I get it. I don't take it to that theory that men shouldn't cry. I'm never going to tell little boys that, it's not okay to cry. It is. Feel that. Feel everything so that you can begin to understand what you're feeling, so that you can be healing and so that you can bring up seeds that don't need healing. So, yeah. And not to mention the Black man is God,
That's I mean, fellas, are y'all hearing this? That's deep. Damn. That's deep, and it's so true though, because I think if we constantly uplift each other, male, female, both, if we all take on that role and constantly try to uplift each other, there's nowhere we can go but up, because we got each other's back. You know what I mean? You know, nobody knows what we go through other than us. You know what I mean? And who better to help you and be there for you than your brother, your husband, your black man, or my sister, my wife, my black queen. Not to say there's nothing wrong with different races. We're not gonna get into all that. I'm just talking about us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's very deep. I tell you, that's beautiful. We're gonna let Jeremy, FreedomWriter, go ahead and get his off. I know he got some stuff he wants to get off his chest tonight, definitely.
I'm not sure. I'm more. I think I just want to be a listener. I enjoyed that. I appreciate that. I do. I really appreciate, especially the bars, the wordplay, and how you put it to the story. I enjoyed that. So kudos,
Thank
poet.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So next one I'm gonna do is actually I just released this. It's available on all music platforms. Type in FreedomWriter. It's called Dead Man Walking Freestyle. And it's a beat behind it. So I'm not gonna have a beat today, but after we get off, just you could check it out. The beat behind it. All right, here we go. Whatever. Well, real quick story. So with my poetry, I can hear a line in another song. So I heard the first line of this poem. Your dude is a downgrade, and you know it. And this is how I came up with this. No way, your new dude an upgrade. Give it 13 months. She James Harden requesting a trade. Houston, we got a problem. If she think he walking in these Nikes. No Delonte West, somebody check her psyche. The goal was a ring like Bron when he played in South Beach. We used to be on cloud 9. We used to be next to the stars. And now those stars are out of reach. New dude, a good dude, I'm sure he is. But when he asks you whose it is, you better not say his. See, I got videos and I got photos. Remember when I put ice on your box and ate it like Froyo? My heart turned into an ice box when I saw the photos. The caption read, "This the happiest I ever been. Finally found true love. And soon I'll be marrying my best friend." Meh feeling, but to counter, I loved some and took some for granted. Like Trump, holding back information, trying not to cause a panic, trying not to do too much damage to her. So I liked the picture and kept scrolling. Woke up to the craziest message the next morning. Like a 6-year-old at recess, she slid into my DMs. The message read, "How are you?" and things with the BM. The congratulations on the new baby. She must be special when you making her your special lady. Me and you, we got history. I'm talking like Martin and Gina, Overton and Sinclair, Cliff and Claire. War against you, I didn't mean to declare. But at the time, I couldn't control these emotions. Like the Titanic, I left you stranded in the ocean. Like a good book, I regret that I finished you. People tell me they're sorry for the breakup. I tell them that makes 2. More dots pop up. I shouldn't be saying this. I'm tipsy. The Ciroc got me saying this. In a few months, I'll be saying I'll do. And when I say those 2 words, pardon me. Wish I was saying them to you.
Man.
Damn, Freedom. Damn.
Appreciate y'all.
We coming with it tonight.
I'm just trying to keep up.
I just want to say that I'm glad. I was hoping that you shared that one tonight, because before I bring people on here, I always, out of respect, I gotta, research you and see what what you've done, so I can know what to talk about. Because I want everybody who comes on here to express themselves, and then also talk about whatever you got going on, and I want you to be able to walk away with that, with being able to come here and use this platform for your guys' advantage. I want to bless everybody else. This ain't got nothing to do with me. But this poem that you just did, I looked at your stuff on YouTube, man, and this Dead Man Walking one right here, I love it. I love it. And I heard the one you talking about with the beat behind it. Y'all need to check it out. Go on YouTube and pull this brother up. I'm telling you, he got I like you're the style for you is so different. I don't, you know what I mean? I can't even put my finger on it. I don't, it's something about the way that you deliver your stuff, man. You know,
it's conversational.
Yeah, it's heartfelt.
Conversational. I feel like we kicking it. You dropping jewels. You telling me some. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it.
Appreciate it. Can y'all still hear me? I think my Bluetooth just went out. Y'all still hear me?
Yeah, Freedom, we can still hear you.
Yeah, we
can definitely still hear you, man.
Man, but yeah, that's something that's real laid back. You know what I mean? It's just, I think he went out for a second. I'm sure he'll be back. And that just
that
laid
back too, though, right, John? That I talked about that ice box. Freedom, you gotta shed some light on that, man. When you talked about that the heart of ice box when you saw the photo. And
yeah, so that poem got me in trouble with my lady. she got in a little feelings about it, but I love you, boo. But like I said, that poem, the beginning of it, I heard this song and he said your new dude is a downgrade and you know it. And I was like, okay. And most of the stuff that I do is a freestyle, so I'm usually spend a lot of time in the car, so I don't really have time to write. So I just put it in my head, repeat it. By the time I got to the end, I had a whole poem, and I was listening to, it's actually a dude named, I think his name is Brett Fires, who's an R&B singer. So I heard his beat and I was like, oh, that's dope. So I was like, freestyle to this. So I combined both of them, and that's what it came with. And actually next month we're gonna shoot a video for that one. So look out for the video coming real soon for that one.
Yeah,
it was the end for me. It was the end for me.
I appreciate you.
I always wonder, like, how many dudes get to that point and just like, damn, like, she ain't it, but this is good as it gets right now because I fucked that up real bad. I wonder.
Hey, I'm like,
that's why I was like, mad feeling. Like, what can you do about it, right? Just
yeah.
like, yeah.
We wanted to ask you too. We wanted to ask you, how did you get the name FreedomWriter? Like, what's the inspiration behind that name?
So I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in, like, if something happens, if it happens repeatedly, it's like a sign or something like that. So of course the movie Freedom Riders was always one of my favorite movies because, you know, they was able to use their words as outlets to escape, you know, their environment. And then I was trying to come up with a name. I think I was going by like Mr. Abnormal, something like that. And then I was listening to Paul Wall, out of all people, and he said coming down the road like Freedom Riders or something like that. I said, okay, that's the sign I need, and that's what I've been going by ever since.
That's so sad.
Where do you get a lot of your motivation from, Freedom, when you write? You know what I mean? I could be watching one of my favorite shows, and here's something. It has nothing to do with like music or poetry or nothing. It could just be a scene, like one of my favorite scenes from a movie, and I could just be sitting there and just start something from there and then go on from there. Talk to us about where you get your inspiration from and what like really drives you to put yourself out there with your pen.
It's life, you know. I just talk about life experiences. I think that's why people kind of relate to me. No, not to sound cocky or anything like that, but you know, but I think that's why I'm relatable, because I'm talking about life. I'm talking about things that we see, you know, experiences that I'm going through, people, my family's going through. You know, I'm similar. I can see something on the road, you know, a red truck, and I just start something, and I just keep going with it. Next thing I know, you know, I got a whole piece behind it. You know, sometimes I get inspiration from music. I like a lot of old J. Cole music and things like that. You know, those kind of like Kendrick, those kind of guys. But again, I could just take anything, like a one-liner, and just build from there.
They say the truth. They say the truth gonna set you free, Freedom. And I think, man, just a reflection from your own name, what you write is truth. And as you talked about in the beginning, your truth. And in that, man, it is freedom. And I think it's freedom for others too. So keep writing that freedom, brother.
That means a lot. Appreciate you, brother.
I know this, and I'm gonna say this in the most loving and affirming way I can. Don't correct yourself to say things like not to be cocky. Own your dopeness. Let people love on you and live in your dopeness. If you fire, you fire. You know, it's not, it ain't cocky. It's just, you know, I'm dope and I know it, and you dope, so know it.
I appreciate you, sir.
I love it. I love it. Jeremy, I'm sorry, Freedom Writer, talk us about what the poetry scene is like in DC where you are.
I, for I spend most of my time actually in Baltimore poetry scene. I lived in Baltimore for about 3-4 years. And that's when I really started. I'm going to different shows and things like that in Baltimore. And I figured, if I could go out in Baltimore, I can go anywhere. So I figured I'll start there,
Right.
and then reach out. But with COVID hitting and everything like that, it kind of put a hurting on different performances and things like that. So we appreciate the podcast and and different outlets too. We can still express ourselves. But I mean, it's a loving community. I think we all know that I don't think we're in competition with each other, because I think everybody's speaking their truth, so I don't look at it as a competition. I performed in a room full of thousands of people, and I performed in a room full of 4 people, and it's just and I actually prefer the room with 4 people in it because it's so intimate and it's just so, you can make eye contact with everybody in the room, and then so when you performing, and just like a busboys and poets and stuff like, the venues like that, it's just a lot of love, it's not poetry isn't, we all know as poets, we're not going to make millions of dollars off this, we're just doing it because we really love the art of it, and I think every poet would agree with that.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely do it for the love. It's for the love for me, and for the most part, I must say it's for the therapy. It's something that I found that I used when I was in a place when I was broken, that as a man, like I needed something, you know what I mean? Trying different things, and I was going to a church. I was going to churches for a while, things of that nature, and I just needed something that I felt more comfortable with and personalized with. Because I would go to places, I would go to a church, I could be sitting there listening, and then my mind would wander off, and I'm thinking about a poem. I'm looking at somebody's hat or what's something crazy, and that poetry, me putting stuff on paper, was a way for me to just release all of it off, just to get all of it off without having to go somewhere and tell somebody all my problems. I know what I'm going through. Let's just put it on paper. And the beautiful part about it to me is if it helps somebody else, somebody to wake up the day and feel like, the day I'm just having a shitty day. It just ain't my day. They may even want to off themselves. You know what I mean? They may hear a poem from one of us 4, and that could actually change their mind. Like it's that simple, it's that simple. And we are able to speak some powerful words because of the gift that God gave us. And I believe that when you use that gift to help others, it's going to flourish whatever you're doing, whatever you got going on. You know what I mean? But that was beautiful, bro. I appreciate that. Really do. You really make it feel personal. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing your poetry, I feel like I'm in Love Jones and sitting in the neighbors in Love Jones. You got the smoke in there, it's nice and dark. You know what I mean? Everybody laid back with some nice. That's the feel that you give. You know what I mean? Definitely. So
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So I want both of y'all to share one more before we get ready to go out of here, because time gonna start winding down. So we're gonna let Shamise go ahead and do one more before we keep it going. Oh man, I can't wait to hear what you're gonna come with next.
That's pressure. That is pressure. The last piece I'm gonna do is one of my favorites, and one of my least favorites at the same time, because of the time frame when I wrote it, the fact that it's still relevant,
Right,
is upsetting. But it's called a Dreamer Song. Recently we celebrated, or rather the anniversary of Breonna Taylor's death came up. So this piece kind of came back to me. Also in the book, it's called A Dreamer Song. A Dreamer Song goes like, I don't want to wake up. Let me lie here. Here where ain't no lies. Here where all the truth resides. Sounds like rainbows over Lady Day. Unicorns giving standing ovations to sassy and crystallized sugar champagne flutes falling to pieces each time Ella scats. Goals like freedom found in voices at an opera about freedom. Goes like, hey, who turned out all the lights? Thanks, because they were keeping me awake, and sometimes I don't want to be up all hours of the night, all woke, all awakened. Oh man, I woke up and the system is still fractured. I mean, broke. I mean, it's broken, and I'm broke. I mean, it was never meant for our gain. So maybe this is misguided hope. Either way, I'm broken. I mean, it's broken. Whatever. I'm open to change. The song. It goes like auto tune has them so tuned into another world where there ain't no space for growth or healing for how they ache, so they self medicate. And all the girls are either bad bitches, bad and bougie, or trap queens. Oh wait, those are lyrics to songs of nightmares. Songs of a dreamer are like when witches forgive fairies for being so damn kind, and Mother Nature is putting the sun to bed to make love to Father Time. Looks like sandcastles become real castles for little black boys who felt like kings that one time they left the hood and spent the day at the beach. One that seemed so far away, dragons could only blow bubbles instead of fiery bullets into their backs. Goes like, my baby sister is still playing with baby dolls, and they don't cry like real babies do in real life. She is playing house without some sorry ass nigga playing video games on her couch. Like the only time tape and chalk are on the ground is during outdoors arts and crafts, where it is safe for kids to still just be. Seeing that boy's body lying in the street like that just wasn't right for me. Rest in peace, Mike. It goes like the blues, cause poetry emotion, cause coded language, cause song was all we knew, and dreamers sing, that's what we do. But a poet, sometimes we gotta sing nightmares too. Like ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Rest in peace, Karen, Brianna. And she's always gone too long. Hashtag say her name. Goes like Trayvon got to wash down those Skittles with that Arizona, and someone lent Eric Garner the wind beneath their wings. Bell, Zongo, and Diallo got to explain that wallets don't go bang, and Mumia is as free as I hope to ever be, and Sandra made it to that university. Meanwhile, Philando oversees conducting all routine traffic stops. Every step we take, every move we make, they are trying to set us back, and it stings. I'm the poet who sings that dreamer song. It goes like, ain't you tired of us? Goes like, sing along if you know the words, or haven't you heard a dreamer song? It's a dreamer song.
Damn, sis. Now that's deep.
That gave me chills. Like I felt
Yeah,
that,
that's
like
deep.
legit.
Oh, thank you.
That's tough. I love that.
Yeah, that's deep. That really.
That's real.
Not Kevin scratching his head though.
I mean, but
You
you
know
know,
what it is, because it's like
scratching his head.
that Breonna Taylor got me kind of, a little, just kind of reflecting. It's like you talked about, and it's a dreamer song, and sometimes, and I think we could probably all identify with this on some level, when someone seems to be gone too soon, and it appears, that their story still had pages left, and now how are we carrying on in remembrance, but not just in remembrance, but also it sounds like that piece is also really holding the whole entire community accountable on how we're going to move forward, and how we going to get better and put some of this real craziness aside, as if to say enough is enough. And even that Father Time piece, talking about time. I mean, it's that line that you had, that play off the first part of it was, yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It really was. That was deep. For me, it sounded like that's where you put a lot of your frustration and anger for all the shit that's been going on. You know what I mean? I have a couple myself where after the George after the George Floyd situation, like as a black man, I was angry as shit for like a week. Like really, my anxiety was up. I was mad as shit. You know what I mean? And it was seeing that live like that, the disregard for somebody's life and the cockiness of this bastard on his neck like that. I had to write some stuff, and I wrote a couple things that was like, I had so much anger and stuff in it. It did help me to calm down afterwards, but it was just, it was that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was really good. I appreciate you, sis. So we're gonna let FreedomWriter get in one more before we get out of here soon.
I just want to say it as well.
Absolutely.
I think I was down there, when the Orange president, came out and did that Bible stuff. So I spent a lot of time, down there protesting and feeling that energy, and that part right there just was awesome, and I loved it.
Thank you.
Now, is that where a lot of what your name, with FreedomWriter comes from? You know what I mean? Because that's another thing. You strike me as like a serious activist that's serious about what, what's going on. I've seen some of your other stuff, like I said, about what's going on. And I know, like, for instance, before you get on real quick, you have a social society spoken word. Talk to us about that.
Social society. So my real job, how I pay my bills, take care of my family. I'm a recreation therapist. So social society is my private practice, and the Play for Fitness program is a program catered towards kids. It's not only we do fitness, but we do team building and social skills included into it. So you're not just getting a workout, but you're getting them social aspect. You're learning different techniques and things like that. So that's how I make my money. Doing that. So that's Play for Fitness, but the page is Social Society on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you keep up with what I'm doing. Supposed to be partnering with Baltimore City real soon. So for my Baltimore people, look out for me. Coming your way.
That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful, man. I appreciate you for what you do, definitely.
For sure. All right, so this last piece, so somebody texted me and said, "Why are you in your car?" So my plan, I got a 1-year-old and he just be everywhere. So I knew I couldn't go in the house. So my plan was to go to Starbucks. And I go to Starbucks, I walk in and I see like 4 police officers. So I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So that's why I really related to your piece just now. I was like, yeah, that's why I'm sitting in my car. Like, I'd rather sit here than go in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this last piece, this is an exclusive. This is going to be on my project coming out. There's a beat. Every poem I have, for the most part, has a beat behind it. So there's a beat behind this, but you got to wait for the album to catch all that. Here we go. I seem to only write when my heart's heavy. I'm emotional, like Carl Thomas. Can't even keep my pen steady. I'm still shedding tears for my bro, Jay Selly. Real good dude, wrong place, wrong time. Both last name Johnson, so it makes sense. His life was similar to mine, because I've been in similar situations. Only made it out through God's good graces and my granny's prayers. My mama said there'll be days like this, but she ain't say they came in pairs. Anxiety brought depression as its plus one. A break like a taxi in New York, can't catch one. Like Jody told them baby gangsters, chin up, don't run. That's the same advice I told my son. Adversity, you gonna face some. I remember the cause like it was yesterday. I'm still praying to God that he takes the pain away. 2020, I became MJ. A few people I had to fade away. No hard feelings, but like Lucci, I wish them well. But like Jack, I know if I fail, they wouldn't help me refill my pill. So like the coronavirus, I'm gonna keep my distance. The phone worked both ways. Stop telling people that I'm being distant. Would have made it to the league only if it was 18 spots on the Pistons. Opportunities, I had some. When they knocked, I didn't come. So remorse, I'm living with some. Every room I walk in, it's an elephant in it. No more anxiety meds, so the discomfort, I got a sin in it. That was until I stood up, gave myself a round of applause. I'm only here because I never gave up. Like John, my back be against the wall. From all the disappointment, explains why my heart hardened. April 13th, my life changed forever. April 13th, my life changed forever. Internal conversation saying, germs, you gotta do better. No more yellow, now it's FOE. My son's success depends on me. Lessons I ain't learned until after the birth of my kids. Like running out of gas, you gotta keep pushing. I fucked that up somewhere in there, but that's you get the gist of it.
Damn,
Yeah, we couldn't tell a mess up. I'll tell you that right. I'll tell you that right now. It's like when you're doing the script, you know it. John, you got this, man.
You know, you said something, Freedom Writer, that struck a chord as soon as you started. I want to say rest in peace to Sully Johnson. I met that brother at I met him at a my sister Arthur Poetess Shakespeare released a book, and she had a book signing, and I met that brother at that book signing along with a bunch of other poets and a couple rappers, and his energy, I just met him. His energy, when I left there, he said to me, man, look, call me or text me. You know what I mean? Let me know how you doing. I just met the brother. Let me know how you doing, man. We can maybe do something. He was so like heartfelt and so sincere. And you could just see that how much of I just met him. And I could see how much of a genuine person he was. And I wake up one day and I see on Facebook that he was, you know, that he was he's gone, that he was taken away from here, and that I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it, and it really did strike a chord with me because I'm like, damn, I just met this brother. He's like, that dude was like an angel. It's crazy, man.
It's true. It's very, very true. Like I met Sally through Sabrina. She used to host shows and like the same kind of thing. You know, we just embraced each other. You know, if your last name Johnson, I'ma love you because I feel like somewhere we have some connection. So you know, we're always joking around, my Johnson brother, my Johnson brother. This is about 2014. You know, so I've been knowing Sally on the music tip for a long time, and you know, like I said, I started in Baltimore. So when I was going to mostly rap shows, you know, he was always hosting shows. Hey, Free, I need you to perform for me. I need you to perform for me. Say less, bro. I'm there. I need you to host for me. I'm there. Whatever you need, bro. So when I saw that tore my soul. Like I've never been close with anybody that's been murdered. You know, most of my family, you know, tragic, you know, car accidents, old age, things like that. But nobody was ever taken away from me. So like I've never felt that anger before. And we went, you know, to down to Rebirth for his memorial a couple days after it happened. Man, and just the love, you know, you had all type of people from different walks, different music genres, just showing down there, showing love, man. And that I don't have a negative thing to say about him. Like
I love it.
Yeah, me either. I'm telling you, I'm serious, man. I was impressed when I left. Like I was like, damn, I need to start moving a little bit more different. His energy, I mean, it bounced on me. It was just radiant. I was blown away. So, you know,
John, that's how I felt about your energy last year in the backyard at the treehouse.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I remember this is where I acquired her book. Me and my brother Kevin was at an event that she was hosting, and we exchanged books. You know what I mean? Man, I appreciate y'all for coming on. I wish I had more time. I got to bring y'all back as soon as I can. I appreciate both of you for coming on. You know, don't stop what we do because it's needed. I really think it's needed just as much as any other institutional thing that we as Black people go to for help or to get us through. You know what I mean? I believe that the words that we speak, because God gives us these gifted words, no matter what someone don't get twisted up in you know, people judging about what you say, because it's always somebody out there that needed to hear whatever we have to say, no matter how we deliver it. Somebody needs to hear it. You feel me? Man, man.
Listen, because when he said he made it out by God's good graces, it's just a reminder that you gotta keep going on, because sometimes you're even carrying and may not even realize it. You're living out the dream of others who started that race with you but never got the chance to finish. And that's why you said, like MJ, to fade away. I had to get away from those folks. I know if I failed, they wouldn't fill my pail. That's a serious line there, man, of taking inventory on your relationships and you know, who's on my boat? Are we all moving in the same direction? Because yeah, appreciate that, man.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all, sometimes you need something and you don't know what it is. That line about every room I walk into is the elephant in it. I didn't even know I needed it. I'm straight until next Wednesday at this point. I didn't even know I needed that. I'm glad I came.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep us. Hey, we gonna connect though. I'm about to send you a request so we can get on for sure. And I appreciate the opportunity for both of y'all, Kevin. It was nice meeting you. I'm gonna follow you as well. Try to connect with both of y'all, John. You know how it is, brother. I appreciate you. You know, just showing love and giving me this opportunity. Before I go, Instagram, it's poet_FreedomWriter on Instagram, and you see videos I post every Friday for the most part. And just connect with me. I appreciate y'all again. R.I.P. Sally, love you, bro.
Absolutely. Shamise, tell us how people can follow you real fast before we get out of here.
Instagram is liberated_me, me spelled like M-I. I'm also on Facebook, Shamise Jacobs. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm mostly on Instagram. That's the best place to reach me. Contact me. That's where my website link is. Get your copy of Holiday. It's not too late. I got some new projects in the works for 2021. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Kevin, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, real quick, everybody. Drop the single "Wipe Your Tears." Go by the name of Casey Lazarus. You know, Kevin Curry, and then Lazarus just means God is my help. It's a song to really uplift the community. Got some kids singing the hook, just kind of taking it back, trying to you know, encourage people. It's a time to cry, but it's also a time to heal, and we're trying to move forward. You can check the single out. It's on Amazon. Just Google "Wipe Your Tears," or we go on Amazon, just search "Wipe Your Tears" and KC Lazarus, and you can get that there. And then we'll have the link as far as getting the album as well, or with the single as well. Awesome. Awesome stuff, guys. Really pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. It was absolutely wonderful.
Yes. John, before you go, this show was fire, okay?
Thank you.
I normally don't come on and say anything about the show, but this show was fire. Like, to me, yeah. Everything I was feeling, everything that you said.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
You just confirmed a lot of stuff. I went on a walk, like I go on walks, right? And I go on live and I just start talking and I start saying, because I just start saying stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I hope I didn't say too much. But then when I heard you tonight, I was like, yes, I was supposed to say what I said.
Everything for a reason.
And brother, FreedomWriter,
mm-hmm.
Fire, okay? Like your stuff is so, I love spoken word poetry and all of that. I was sitting over here supposed to be getting this other show ready, and I was inside the computer, right? John, you got to have them back.
Oh, sis, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to have them back. You got to get them. I got a spot for you where you can bring them, you know, and do something live. Y'all got to come back. Shamise, I got to hook up with you.
Definitely link up.
Is deep. And I just want to say, for real, like, I love your stuff. I love black men. I really do. I don't date outside of my race.
They are the best.
They are the best. Ain't they? A sea of many colors, right? And so I just want to say to all the black men, shout out to y'all, because we probably don't lift you up as much as we should, but shout out to all the black brothers out there. Like, I love you. I wish the best for you. And John and Kevin, love y'all brothers. Like, y'all really, this was fire. This was good. This was really good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before we go, there's a couple other black authors I would like for you guys to follow. Author Poet Shakespeare with her book DNA is on Amazon. And yes, she is super dope. She'll be on the show soon. She'll be on in April. And also, Angela Edwards is a owner of Pearly Gates Publishing and my editor. Get her book. This is a serious book right here. The bathroom was my dungeon. It's fire. It's fire. It talks about her life and things she went through. I love you guys. I appreciate you all for being on. Only thing I can leave off with is something I learned today, and it is, in order for us to stay blessed, we have to bless others.
Amen.
There it is.
It's that simple. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. I'm gonna stay in touch with you, Shamise and Freedom.
Definitely do.
All right, bro.
Y'all stay safe now.
You too.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
All right, Kev.
Take care, everybody.
All right, ladies.
Was the teamwork. Now back to the future, everyone knew a booster. Cartoon with the rooster is what I was used to. Saturday morning, still yawning while pouring your cereal. Frosted Captain Crunch, Superman lunchbox, tube socks, you know you rock. The bells collect seashells at the beach. Summer camps, ice cream trucks were always around. Turn that frown upside down, ringing that bell all through town. Back then was so simple.